For Renee and Eugene Dixon, shaping their children's attitudes and behaviors around positive values is a conscious and daily effort. Joshua, Fondi, and Dorothy Janae are being taught how to relate to others outside of their home by example and by how they are treated in their home. Renee and Eugene are convinced that practicing the equality of women and men in their marriage is the most essential and enduring model they can offer their children. The couple affirmed the principle of equality at the beginning of their lives together when they took the Bahai Wedding Vow. It consists of one short but profound statement.
We will all verily abide by the will of God. Well, that makes it equal. I'm not promising to Gene, he's not promising to me. We're promising to God that we're going to abide by His will. And it leaves it open for whatever that will is. I don't consider myself less than my husband. We're equal partners in this relationship that we started. If a relationship isn't equal, then it puts one above the other and it's off balance.
Exploring equality in spiritual terms has led to profound and fulfilling changes in the way Renee and Eugene relate to each other.
To me, it's just about trying to stay in touch with your own spiritual self, you know, and trying to, and taking issues such as the equality of men and women, taking them to God and say, how do I deal with this individually? I mean, I can't solve this problem on a world level, but I can sure give it a shot in my own life and ask God, how do I deal with this as a man? For men, we really need to listen to women. I mean, genuinely listen to what they have to say. Because I don't think we're going to advance any further than we are without their genuine input and us genuinely accepting what they have to say.
Well, I think worshiping God together and participating in a spiritual community is important to the support of the family. And I found that in the Baha'i faith.
An important goal for Baha'is is to raise a generation of loving and prejudice-free children. For the Dixons, this means finding every opportunity to instill these virtues in their children.
Like my children, I'm always trying to, my daughter especially, I'm always trying to compliment her, not so much on her beauty, but on her intellect. I always let her know that she's a beautiful kid, but trying to apply a virtue to that in the same breath. You know, like that you're a responsible person, that you're a loving child, that you're kind, generous, those kind of things. So that she's not so much trying to look in the mirror at a physical person, but start to look inwards at her spiritual capacity and her spiritual beauty.
The Dixon household stays unified through consultation and family meetings. Through this process, problems are very often prevented or resolved.
We have every Monday night a dinner, and that's our family dinner that we all have together and we all have to be there for. And usually after dinner, my mother pulls out this box of little cards and labels, and on each label is a virtue.
Reliability. You got it again.
And so we all pick a virtue, and then we read what that virtue means.
I gotta tell you, man, we come to that table hemming and hawing, man. We're all going, okay, what kind of virtue we're gonna have to work on this week?
The following week is occupied by demonstrating that virtue. And then, at the next Monday night dinner,
we get sit around the table and have a conversation, and then after dinner's done and we've cleaned up, and we sit around the table and we talk about, you know, the virtue we picked the week before and how we did with it.
Dorothy's favorite virtue is love.
Because around my house, everybody shows love, and it's good to show love to your friends and family.
The family is a unique and special kind of community, one that educates and serves. A learning laboratory, where individuals develop attitudes and habits they will ultimately express in the world at large. For the Dixons, equality is a virtue that unites and enriches the family.